Do you want to say hi?
Right.
All right, 'tis the season. Happy summer. And if you have a garden and zucchini's in the garden, you'll probably have a lot of it. So if you know me and you know my philosophy around meal prep and eating, I cook ingredients and I turn them into meals, but I also get asked a lot about different recipes. So I'm creating a zucchini mozzarella egg white pie today, and I'm gonna be using crescent rolls, zucchini, some Italian type spices, egg whites to pump up the protein, and add a little cheese for a little bit of a flavor pop. So I'm making it with you today, first time ever. Let's see how it turns out, and I think you'll enjoy this one. One slice of this pie, and it's gonna be an 8-slice pie, is gonna be 160 calories. And so if you look at that compared to like a quiche, because I'm making some trade-offs to drop the fat and increase the protein, it's pretty macro friendly, it's pretty calorie friendly. So even if you wanted a whole quarter of the pie, it's 300 calories, it's 16 grams protein, so it's a pretty good amount of protein, and you can have a little something else on the side to increase a little bit more, but a 300 calorie meal, and it's gonna be buttery and flaky from that crescent roll, so a nice little bread twist with it, and have a nice little flavor from the Italian spices. So let's get cooking. Hey, and I just want to say, if you like today's episode, if you could drop a comment, give me a like, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet to the channel, and let me know what other kind of recipes would you like to see me make over, or what kind of ingredients are you like, what can I make with this? I'm getting tired of eating it the same way over and over again. Drop it below and I'll come up with something with a little bit of variety so you never get bored again and you can keep eating foods that will align with your nutrition goals. Okay, so for today's recipe, I am using zucchini, and I'm using 400 grams. Honestly, there's no magic number with the amount that you use. I am just choosing to use that amount because I was playing around with the numbers for the recipe. So I already sauteed up zucchini. I used a little bit of olive oil spray, I did some salt, some onion powder, and I pretty much just did it until it was translucent, and it was on medium-high heat. Now, one recipe I was looking at, and I'm making a macro makeover with this, was a lot of butter. So just by using cooking spray, you're gonna save a ton of calories and a ton of fat from that. So in the bowl, it goes. Now, I am gonna use egg whites today. So for the egg whites, let me just pop over here. I am going to be using liquid egg whites, and I'm also using 400 grams for that. So I put the bowl that I'm gonna mix it in right on the scale, and I set it to 0 to make measuring easy. So I got my liquid egg whites ready to go, and we're gonna go up to 400 grams with that. All right, so that's 250, I'm gonna add 150 more. Now, the other thing I'm gonna add into the egg mixture is going to be the cheese and the spices. I think I'm gonna decide to leave some of the cheese on top because I like when you actually get that little golden crispy on top with cheese. All right, so let me add another 150 grams. Okay, cool. Then we're going for spices. So I'm using basil, parsley, and oregano today. So we're gonna start with the parsley, and for this recipe, and like I said, I'm kind of making it up, I'm gonna go with a half of a tablespoon, and we're gonna see how that works out. All right, so in it goes. All right, next up, we're gonna go basil. I'm using mostly parsley for this one. So for the basil, I'm just gonna use a 1/4 teaspoon. I just feel like basil has a lot stronger of a flavor than parsley does. So I'm gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of that into my mixing bowl. It goes. And then moving on to the oregano. Same with the basil as the oregano. I'm only gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon just because it has a little bit more of a strong flavor. All right, seasonings are in. Now salt. Salt is what gives a lot of things flavor. So I am actually gonna do a half a teaspoon. I'm gonna, just like I said, I'm trying out this recipe for the first time. In the future, I might end up adding a little bit more. Actually, just looking at that, like eyeballing, I think I am gonna do just a teensy bit more. So it's probably gonna end up being like 3/4 of a teaspoon. I mean, salt is what gives things flavor. When people are asking Paul and I, like, how does your food taste so good? It's salt. Okay, let's get mixing here. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure you can see what I'm up to. So it's literally just the egg whites, the spices, and the zucchini. Now, while I was preparing the zucchini, so while it was in the skillet, I had my crescent rolls going. So with the crescents, I took them apart into 8 triangles. I'm using the 90 calorie reduced fat ones, and then I put them in my pie plate with the triangle tip to the center, and then I sealed it all up, and I just kind of pinched the edges all together. So now, I'm gonna go ahead and add part of the cheese. Today, I'm using a lower fat, a low moisture mozzarella cheese, and I'm gonna be using a 1/4 cup of that. So I'm gonna put 14 grams, which is half of a 1/4 cup, 28 grams would be a full, into the actual mixture, and then I'm gonna put the rest of it on top. So I'm going 14 grams first. Okay, good. Mix that in. And then for the Parmesan today, for the grated Parm, I am gonna use, let's see here, 4 servings of this. So that's gonna be 20 grams total. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 10 grams right into the mixture. Okay, we're in. All right, mix that cheese up and let's pour it in the shell. Mixture going in. Okay, cheeses are on, so I put the other half on the top, both the part skim mozzarella and the Parm. Now, I thought to make it a little bit fancier, we could do some Roma tomato slices. You do not have to do this. I'm making it a zucchini pie, but a lot of people also have tomatoes in their garden right now. So this is only 70 grams. It was 1 Roma tomato. So I'm gonna put it on top just to make it be a little bit fancier. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop it in the oven. So while I was getting things ready, I did 375 for the oven. And I'm gonna go, like I said, first time making it, so we're gonna see 25 minutes is what I'm thinking, but I'm gonna keep an eye on the crescent roll, so if it starts to get really, really brown, I'm gonna cover it with a little bit of foil so we don't burn it. So let me get this in the oven. And it's really full to the top with egg whites, so I'm gonna be very careful. Okay, we're going in. All right, 25 minutes. But remember, I'm gonna check and make sure the edges don't get too brown. All right, I'll show you the finished product. So I've been going 25 minutes so far with the pie. It looks really good. I put it in for an extra 2 to 3 minutes. I think because I used a lot of egg whites, it was just a little bit liquidy on the top. I couldn't tell if it was just some excess water from tomatoes or zucchini or the egg whites, so I was just being careful. But the edges look beautiful. The center puffed up so nice. So let me show you. It smells like pizza. In fact, this would be so good with turkey pepperonis and some pizza sauce. All right, I'm gonna pull it. OMG. That looks so good, and it's nice and set on the top, so see how it puffed up? The edges are nice and golden, and it's not like wiggling anymore, so I think we're good to go. So that was a total of 28 minutes for my oven. I would say just watch it and make sure the center looks set, the edges are browned. So now I'm gonna let it rest maybe about 20 minutes before I cut into it, and then I'll tell you how it is. Okay, it's taste test time. Lake's home with me today. We did our first Mommy Lakey Day at home, no daycare, not because we were sick, but we're trying to spend some quality time with each of the boys. So you're probably gonna hear him. He's over there exploring, having some fun. But here we go. That is 1 piece. So this is a small plate, but honestly, it's a really big serving for 150 calories. So that's the finished product, and you can see on the inside in there. Okay, you got an orange one? Come show me, come show me. So that's what it looks like on the center. It smells like pizza. You can smell the Italian spices. You can see that nice little pop of red from the Roma tomato and then the green. So let's give it a taste. It tastes like pizza. Uh-oh. Oh, you want to show? Hey, do you want to say hi? Say hi.
Hi. Bite.
You want a bite? Okay, let's see what Leif thinks. All right, here. Let me get you a bite. So it actually has a really yummy texture because the egg whites cooked up perfectly in there. I ended up going a total of 30 minutes. And then it, like the little buttery taste. Yeah, you got an orange one from the crescent roll. So yummy. Do another bite? There we go. Kid approved. Go and make it. It'll be a fun one for dinner. Kids. Okay. Leif just had it. You can hear him going, Taste test time. I've already had a couple tastes. It tastes like pizza. It is really good. And the egg white is nice and fluffy in there. And you get a little butteriness from the crescent roll. Sauteing the zucchini is key too, so you don't get it all watery in here. But I ended up going a total of 30 minutes, $3.75. There it is, finished product, one serving, and it's pretty filling. So this could be a really fun breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You could make it in advance, so you have meal prep done. You could have it as a side dish or serve it at a brunch with some fresh fruit, maybe some like salmon, so like lax and bagels. If you served it for dinner, it would be really good alongside maybe like a turkey burger or a piece of steak. So this recipe is definitely a keeper. 150 calories a slice, 15 grams protein. More yogurt, kid snacks. Okay, go give it a try. Let me know how you like it. All right, so if you liked today's summer vegetable seasonal recipe episode, I would love if you gave me a like. Let me know in the comments. And I am so excited to make more recipes like this. Now that I know the crescent roll makes a really good base for a pie and the egg whites bake up really nicely in the oven, we will be doing a lot of different variations. It would be perfect for me to come up with some fun brunch ones for brunch with the girlfriends, brunch around Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas. There's so many different spins I can put on this one. And with only like a slice being less than 150 calories, I just worked it out with the macros. I mean, it's really super calorie friendly. So yeah, you guys, thanks for joining me on today's episode. Zucchini tomato pie, pretty tasty. Chat soon. Bye-bye.